The reason why I want to play this clip, and it's important, I played it before, is because if you watch Nicki Minaj in the beginning of her career, you always saw her with Safaree, and Safaree was a huge part of the beginning of her career. From I know they were in a relationship, but don't ever think that it doesn't matter if someone is good enough at rapping or whatever to be a leading man or a main stage act. If someone contributes, they contribute. If someone supports you, they support you. Because at the end of the day, if you're with someone all the time, they're not just there. But also that feeds into the stereotype of the behavior of women where they feel like if you're able to benefit, if they're at all the breadwinner and whatnot, even though they did that together. Me personally, yo, I stopped. I mean, I like Nicki and stuff like that, but I felt like I stopped being impressed with Nicki when she stopped getting help from Safaree. Because I feel like Safaree, whether he's help picking out beats, whether he's listening in and stuff like that, if someone's always around you while you're going through your process, matter of fact, you even see videos with Safaree in the background at every single fucking recording session. That man dedicated his whole life there. And again, that's also a cautionary tale for you men out there who think that you're going to build with a woman. All right? She's never, if she is actually successful at all, she sees it as I did it. And it's also because of the immaturity that a lot of like women suffer from. Like when you're younger, right? Everything you do, like it's hard for you. You have a very narrow. You're very narrow minded. Even how you see things, you have a very narrow path that you see down. But as you get older, what's supposed to happen is you basically gain more of a peripheral view. You gain more of a panoramic view, but you can see everything. You can see every nuance. All right, you can see how things go. Like for example, when you're a kid, you have an idea that your parents are making everything possible, but you don't necessarily. It doesn't really resonate that. Damn, I need to be mad grateful. You learn gratitude. You learn honor. You learn discipline. No one is born. Some people may be more regimented naturally than other people, but no one's born being hella disciplined. Someone creates that standard, and then you build upon the people who came before you, and that's how we get progression. That's how we go from the Model T. What was it, the Model T? Like the first car to Teslas now. But the foundation is the Model T, the first Ford car, rolling into town with no windshield wipers. They can start raining. You gotta just sit there and get your knickerbockers wet. But anywho, so she tried to gaslight us into thinking that she's talking about this because she wants to clear up whether or not Safaree ever helped with her raps and whatnot, right? So this is the conversation that's come up and everything. And I believe when they first broke up, he was saying, "Nah, I need my bread. I need to get paid for everything I did." Okay, and this is a long time ago now. 'Cause I think her and Safaree broke up in 2015. But one of the main reasons why she did this video is because in her mind she thought that after she wasn't with Safaree no more, that Safaree was going to just fall off. Safaree probably is more popular than ever. I'm not gonna pull a video up right now, but I want to kind of give you an idea why this is going down. So she's gonna call someone that she knew from back in the day, who knew her and Safaree, and this is all for the most part discredit him and also I don't say tarnish his image, but she wants to establish this idea that basically it was always me, that basically like that you was my bitch, and you was just there. You know what I'm saying, like you never helped me with anything, you were just there. But this is also a part of that narc mindset. A narc cannot find a way to be grateful. A narc cannot see your part in their success or their part in your downfall. But anyway, fair use.
We all laughed at him at Safari because I'm not trying to be funny, he couldn't rap. He couldn't
Wait a
he
minute.
couldn't rap.
I didn't mean to ask the question. You take a L. This is going bad.
He couldn't rap. So what's hey, Louis?
Oh shit.
I know this is so odd. I happen to be on Funk Master Flex show right now.
Sorry, I didn't mean guns is bad.
You hear me? So let me tell you what he just asked me.
Oh shit.
He said, explain to me Safaree's role in the group at that time.
He was the hype man.
He was the hype man, okay? Now, Louis, and I want you to put this on your mother's soul and your life.
Oh god.
Have you? He has to get on.
They don't know what's going on. They never had my back.
Any man, including Safaree, to write raps for me. always a competition. I always thought I was better than every nigga. So I always thought like,
Safaree never wrote nothing.
and didn't Seven Up have to write his raps?
Don't do
No, I wrote all that shit. Remember, Safaree used to take my shit out the trash. I don't know what it is. That rap he stood on K-Slick was my whole rap.
But remember, there was a Trinidadian. No, there was a Trinidadian boy who made up that rap, who confronted Safaree about stealing his rap. What was the Trinidadian boy name? What was the boy's name?
I'm not about to dig his name, but that's
Safaree, I'm sorry.
the
Gosh, I'm sorry.
radio.
The reason why this shit is egregious is because her and Safaree have a long history, and he's a part of her success. Someone cannot be next to you. Could you guys imagine, right? If it was the other way around, right? And let's say Nicki was the one in the background hyping and support him and stuff. Matter of fact, if she was just his girlfriend, right? Matter of fact, let's say she's not even involved with the music. She's just his girl. It will look super crazy to always make it seem, and this person's been with you from the very beginning, and they grinding with you and all types of shit, right? And every chance you get, you try to embarrass her, or you try to make it sound crazy, or make it again, bro. A narc always wants to discredit you. You got to realize that, yo. The other side, of Nicki, kind of aging in the game and stuff like that, and who she wound up with and everything, and not only that, they have a lot of history together. Think about Safaree is that, Safaree's still in shape, and Safaree is still able to get more women. Because the thing about being a man is this. Not that, again, the woman is only as special as you want her to be. Women don't understand this. They don't understand that men choose to make you special. You're not necessarily special because it's the same thing. But where he went wrong at is building up a life where your woman is out front, where you kind of become her support system and everything. But the thing is that that's not really her role. If you do that for her, it doesn't matter what she's telling you. She do not respect you for doing that for her. She doesn't necessarily see it. Now, again, men confuse women being willing to benefit from what they're bringing with them liking them. For example, some men feel like, oh, she let me take her on a date. And this is the other reason why dating has stopped. And all y'all hoes keep making these videos about you don't do coffee dates and, this. And that whole thing exposes y'all and exposes the fact that you're not there to get to know the person and get into a relationship. You're on the date. You want to go on dates and get a free meal, which again, whatever, right? But the point of the date is to get to know one another. First of all, people have never dated like that. That's never really been a thing. Couples barely go on dates. Social media really have people thinking that all these girls are constantly being taken out. Certain women can run into certain guys who want to take them out. But but again, men never had a way of knowing what y'all really think. But y'all just keep fucking going online and just saying whatever. But anywho, I wanted to play this video because I was like, it's something different if this was just her boyfriend that she was fucking around with, they off and on and stuff like that. But when that person was on stage with you, when that person's in the studio with you, no, there's no way that person was there the whole time and they had no contribution. None. Nicki has never acknowledged anything that man contributed. All right? There's been so many tips online where she will go out her way to try to make Safaree look broke. And the thing is I don't know if y'all seen that video with Safaree and his ex fighting Erica Mena. And Erica, listen, she a little older now and whatnot, but Erica Mena is a beautiful Latina. She's a beautiful fucking woman, right? And it's countless baddies that Safaree has been associated with or has been dealing with since Nicki. And in Nicki's case, Nicki is really married to someone who is a sex offender. So at one point in life, she was around Drake and Wayne and Drake were both single. And not only that, you in an industry where we have access to so many different men, right? And at one point, if she had played her cards right and applied pressure, she probably could have got Drake to marry her, all right? Because it was always this flirtatious relationship between them. And you know what? Seeing how she is now, they act like they had sex, bro. Drake quite as kept has been with a lot of these girls, yo. A lot of these girls in the industry. This shit is crazy. But anywho, because she didn't strike when the iron was hot or didn't make the right choices at the right time. First of all, she should have just stayed with Safaree. Now, I forgot who broke up with who necessarily and whatnot, but that was her best shot, right? Because now this dude that she married is someone that she knew from her block back in the day. I guess maybe she always had a crush on him. I don't know, but somebody started talking. Yo, you know how crazy it is for you to be such a big multi-platinum artist, such a famous artist, right? And pardon me, sorry about that, guys. For you to be such a famous artist, and you have access to so many different kinds of men, but the man you land on is Kenneth Petty, and I'm gonna tell you why she landed on that man. The reason why these women will do this kind of stuff, or even the reason why this girl in particular, Nicki Minaj, has so many different fans. Now, listen, Nicki has the kind of fans who will attack you. Like this has been talked about. If you say anything bad about Nicki, there will be a whole lot of basically like nasty comments in your Twitter mentions and on social media, because again, that the people who follow her, that's what they do. But what it really is that women, especially the gays, do not respect. They don't respect honor. They don't respect rules. None of that shit. And one of the reasons, and you notice, right? These kind of artists have the most influence. Someone like a Cardi B has the most influence because again, they just participate in prime hood rap behavior, which we're gonna get into in a little bit, right? But I'm gonna play this next clip. This is from a content creator. I thought she made a really dope video. She says, where it says, Nicki Minaj is the mean girl of rap. So the audio isn't that great, but she made a really good point here. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, okay?
Paved the way for you. Him is the blueprint, period. It's been 15 years and Nicki still doesn't acknowledge how she treated Kim, which isn't cool. Now the tables have turned and Nicki is the seasoned rapper in the industry and she's not handling it well at all.
Fair use.
I think the whole Remy Ma diss started the decline of Nicki Minaj. Nicki reigned for years and now things were changing. This is when the Nicki hate train started. Not just because of Remy's diss, but we started seeing the true colors of Nicki Minaj. I've heard countless rumors about Nicki not being the nicest person behind the scenes from different sources. Being a woman in the industry, you have to be assertive, bitchy even, to get your point across. But it's a fine line between assertiveness and just being downright.
I want to speak to that point. One of the reasons why black women in particular fail so much in life when it comes to like socially and in terms of getting long-term results, because every time a black woman tells a story that involves another woman or a black woman and whatnot in particular, she always finds a way to excuse behavior. What she's referring to now she made a statement about to get your point across, you have to be bitchy and this and that, right? And basically, and what it is that I feel like they always make excuses for like bad behavior. I mean, but more than anything, they like Nicki Minaj because that her persona is, I'm a bitch with no feelings. I'm a bitch that doesn't care. I'm a bitch that's unapologetically selfish. I'm a bitch that that. And in so many words, whether you realize it or not, every time women are trying to be dominant or trying to rule or trying to elevate or whatever, they always do it by imitating a man or imitating what they think men do or what they think a man would do or a man would say, right? And they don't realize that that will never go over well. It's hard for people to like you. Like if you're a man, it's hard for other men to like you if you act like a woman, right? And vice versa. Like no one will. Wait, but I have to realize again, other women like that kind of behavior because to them it's fun. Because to them it's funny. It's like watching a class clown. It's like watching that kid that's very rude to the substitute teacher. You know what I mean? They know the kid that pulls pranks. To them that's fun. But depending on who you are, these kind of people are fucking insufferable. All right. But it always bothers me when women try to say, oh yeah, when you're in a male dominated industry. Being in a male-dominated industry mostly means that you will get things easy because men always want to give women things. Women, like feminism, also teaches women that you should just get opportunities and not have to give nothing. Right? Throughout time and space, the artists who have elevated, it's going to be some smashing going on. It's going to be some pay for play going on. It's going to be some favors going on. Nigga, there's always a trade-off. This has always been going on, right? But again, I've never heard anyone speak about what exactly was hard for Nicki in rap necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Or what are these struggles you had? What like who are these people trying to do you wrong in the industry or trying to stop you from being Nicki Minaj? I've never heard one story, but the narrative has always been that hey, I'm standing up for myself, and which is really a narc feminist uh uh mindset. But I'm sorry, it's more of a tactic, right? Where they start doing what I call feng shui and start rearranging the room and rearranging the furniture in the room to fit the narrative, right? What feminists will do in order to, and also you gotta realize everything's about gaslighting. What a feminist will do, or someone who thinks they're feminist, what they do is they always frame themselves and give themselves a perspective, or give themselves like a role in this story. And in that role, they're always the hero. In that role, it's always about I'm standing up for myself. I'm speaking up for myself. I speak up for myself all the time. I'm honest all the time. I never have to be disrespectful to be honest. And this is a huge difference in female leadership and male leadership, and also who you become when you have power. Another thing too, we're going back to the whole point about how she wound up with Kenneth Petty. She wound up with Kenneth Petty because she relates to him more. She you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're on that same type of timing. If